For decades, the business world has celebrated the T-shaped professional. Think of the letter T. The vertical bar represents deep expertise in a single field. This is the specialist, the programmer who knows Python inside and out, the accountant who is a master of tax law, or the surgeon with a deep understanding of cardiac procedures. This depth is incredibly valuable. The horizontal bar of the T represents a broader, more generalist set of skills. This is the ability to collaborate across different disciplines. This collaborative spirit was a breakthrough. It allowed companies to break down some of the walls between departments. It fostered innovation by bringing different perspectives to the same problem. For a long time, this combination of deep expertise and collaborative breadth was the gold standard for building effective teams. This cross-functional communication is the magic of the T-shaped model. This structure was perfect for a world where industries moved at a more measured pace. But the world of work is no longer so predictable. Things are changing, and they are changing fast. The neat lines between industries are blurring. Technology is not just a tool for one department. It is woven into every aspect of business. A healthcare company is now also a data company. A car manufacturer is now also a software company. The challenges we face today are messy, interconnected, and constantly evolving. In this new landscape, the T-shaped model starts to show its limitations. Their depth can become a form of tunnel vision. When a problem requires a solution that sits at the intersection of 2 or 3 different fields, the T-shaped professional may struggle. Think of it like a musician who has mastered the piano, deep expertise, and can read sheet music for the violin, collaborative breadth. But they can't pick up the violin and experiment with how a new melody might sound when played on a different instrument. This is the gap that modern challenges expose. This is where the idea of the V-shaped professional comes in. Imagine the letter V. Like the T, it has a point of deep expertise. But instead of a flat, horizontal bar for collaboration, the V has 2 upward-sloping arms. Each arm represents significant hands-on experience in adjacent or even seemingly unrelated disciplines. It's not just about understanding other fields, it's about having actively worked in them. A V-shaped software developer might have that same deep expertise in machine learning, but has also spent 2 years working in a marketing analytics role. They haven't just talked to marketers, they have been a marketer. They understand the challenges, the tools, the mindset from the inside. This dual experience allows them to build machine learning models that are not just technically sound, but are also deeply aligned with business and customer acquisition goals. The V-shaped model is about creating connections through experience, not just communication. It is about building bridges by having walked the path on both sides of the river. The benefits of cultivating V-shaped talent are honestly immense, both for organizations and for the individuals themselves. For companies, these professionals really are innovation accelerators. Because they have experience in multiple domains, they can spot opportunities that others might miss. A healthcare professional with a background in data science can see totally new ways to use patient data to predict disease outbreaks. A consultant who's worked in finance, a consultant who's worked in supply chain management can design more resilient business models. V-shaped individuals are the human equivalent of an API, connecting different functional areas of the business in a seamless and productive way. This kind of versatility also builds organizational resilience. When markets shift or new technologies emerge, V-shaped employees can adapt more quickly. For the individual, becoming V-shaped is a powerful path to career growth and fulfillment. It makes you more valuable and, well, less replaceable. By developing experience in multiple areas, you open up more career pathways. The V-shaped path is one of continuous learning and reinvention, which is inherently more engaging and rewarding. Ultimately, V-shaped teams are simply better at solving complex problems. They bring a richer set of perspectives to the table. So how can companies intentionally cultivate V-shaped talent? It doesn't just happen by accident. It actually requires a deliberate strategy focused on growth and mobility. The first step is to map the skills you have and the skills you need. This helps to see the hidden V potential within the workforce. For example, a graphic designer with a popular YouTube channel, latent skill; video production, latent skill; community management. Next, invest heavily in continuous learning and reskilling. Create structured learning paths, help employees build a second area of experience. This could involve formal certifications, internal apprenticeships, stretch assignments, pushing people out of comfort zones. Example: an engineer temporarily assigned to customer support for 3 months to gain direct experience with user pain points. Instead of keeping people in the same department for years, encourage rotational programs. Rotations aren't for observation, they're for contribution. Finally, foster a culture of mentorship and knowledge sharing. This creates a vibrant ecosystem where knowledge flows across silos. By designing these systems for growth, companies build a workforce prepared for the future and actively creating it.